guys, my name is Mykaela and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So in today's video, I am going to be creating a full face of makeup using only one brand, which is Makeup Revolution. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look and what I think of the brand, then please keep watching. Alright, so today will be my first day trying out this new brand Revolution. So I'm basically just going to do my full face, let you guys know my first impressions and what I think of the products as I'm trying them on. So I purchased all of these products in the Black Friday sales at Priceline Pharmacy, which is our local drugstore here in Australia. And to be honest, everything, I think for all of the products, it came to around $170 Australian dollars. And obviously that's including the Black Friday sales, which I think was around 30% off. So still that's insane to get enough products to create a full face of makeup. And that was including getting 2 foundation shades and 2 concealer shades. I pretty much just swatched them on my hand in the store and was like, yeah, that'll do. And so I thought maybe just get a couple just to be safe. So 2 foundation shades, 2 concealer shades, and then everything else, it's to me that is such a good price. At any other higher end brand, you'd pay that just to get a foundation, a powder and a concealer. You'd pay that price easy. So yeah, I thought it was super affordable. I'm going to start with my eyes just because that's what I always do and I hate fallout on my skin. I like being able to sort of be messy and then clean it up afterwards. So for brows, actually I did get 2 brow products as well. I got a pomade and I also got a Duo Brow Definer, but I think I'm going to use the Duo Definer and then I may use a little bit of the pomade in the outer corner just to sort of intensify it a little bit. Alright, so this is what the Brow Duo looks like. So the brow is called the Duo Brow Definer. I got the shade Dark Brown. So it says it's an intense brow pencil on one end with a brush on the other end to finish the application. Alright, well, it is a really nice colour. It is actually quite dark. It's almost slightly darker than what I would usually use, but I actually really like it. To be honest, I'm not in love with the applicator on the end of it. I just feel like it's almost too thick for me. Personally, I prefer something that's really small because I prefer to work in a smaller surface area and build it up. I prefer more precision with my brow products. But overall, I really like the look of it. Now I'm going to pop on some concealer just to carve out the brows, and I'll use this as my eyeshadow base as well. So this is the concealer that I got. I got the Revolution Super Size Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. I got the shades C5 and C6. So they're, quite a decent size. I feel like they're probably a similar size to the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Oh, it has a weird smell. It smells like nail polish or nail polish remover or something. Yeah, it's a really strong smell. Okay, so from first application, it definitely doesn't feel as thick as the Tarte Shape Tape. It's definitely a lot more watery. Well, it feels a little bit more watery, but to be honest, it's set pretty much exactly the way that the Tarte Shape Tape does. It has amazing coverage, which I was super surprised about because on first application, it's a very watery consistency, but right now, the way that it's set on my eyes, it feels exactly the same as the Tarte Shape Tape does. Alright, so for the eyeshadow, I have the 2 eyeshadow palettes. I purchased this one here, which I wasn't actually too psyched about. I wanted a couple of other palettes, but of course they were sold out, so I got this one instead. This one is called the Forever Flawless Unconditional Love palette. It does have a lot of like pinky, kind of mauve, purpley colors in it. It was probably the most, like the best, it had the best neutral tones for like adding depth, which is why I decided to go with that one. And then I got this palette here, which was the one that I was most wanting to get, so I'm glad that they still had this in stock. This is a pressed glitter palette, and it's honestly just so gorgeous. It has the best colors in it. I'm going to go in with the shade Koi and just use that as my transition. Alright, this color is really nice. It's definitely kind of more of like a salmon kind of color. Not usually the colors that I would go for, but it did blend out really nice. So next I'm going to go into the shade Dinner. Well, the shadows are blending out really nice. Now I'm going to go into the shade Attached, and I'm just going to add some depth. I'm not going to press this color all the way across the lid, just more around the outer edges. And then I'm just going to diffuse that using a little bit of the shade Dinner and my big fluffy brush. All of the shadows seem to be blending together really nicely. Yeah, it's quite nice. And now I'm going to press the shade Torridity, I think that's how you pronounce it, from the glitter palette, right across the lid. Now I don't know if it's going to be best applied with my finger. I might try and press it across with using my finger. This is actually really quite hard. It looks beautiful, but it's really hard to get precise edges. Well, I think that's probably as tidy as I'm gonna get with this. For eyeliner, I'm going to use this one here. This one is just it's called the Liner Revolution, and it's just in the shade Black. So for mascara, I'm going to use this one right here. This is called the Mascara Revolution. It's a bit of a weird wand. Doesn't really have like very long bristles. Alright, I'm just going to pop some lashes on, but I'm going to do that off camera because Makeup Revolution don't do lashes, or not that I'm aware of, so I'm just going to pop some of those on and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, everything always looks so much better with eyelashes on. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the skin. So I have this primer here, which is just called the Mattify Matte and Fix Primer. And of course it's in some lovely plastic like everything else. So like I said earlier, I do have 2 foundation shades here. This is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, and I got the shades F7 and F11. So I don't really know what the like shade types are in the brand. I sort of just swatched them and thought, yeah, that'll do. So one's obviously quite a bit darker, and then the other one is a little bit lighter, so hopefully I can mix the two together if it's not quite the right shade. So I'm going to start with the shade F7 because the other one actually looks really dark. I think this is actually a little bit light, this colour. So let's just apply a little bit of this down the center, here, Again, it has that same smell as the other one, like that kind of nail polish sort of smell. Yeah, this is way darker. It seems to be setting very quickly, like very quickly. It looks very liquidy, but as soon as you take your like beauty blender to it, it's literally just like set completely. It definitely is more of like a, I think, matte finishing foundation. Turned out to be a really good colour for my tan right now. That's a bonus. Alright, so this is the foundation complete. It definitely is a matte finishing foundation, like it's almost touch dry. So definitely probably not the best for somebody that has extremely dry skin. So now I'm going to move on to the concealer. We're going to see how that conceals under my eyes, because I do get quite dark sort of purple underneath my eyes. So I'm really excited to see how the concealer covers that. I might actually mix a bit of the two shades together. So that's C5 right there. And then this is C6. God, that is actually just looking flawless. This is probably the part that I'm most nervous for. I don't usually like drugstore powders because I feel like they use really cheap ingredients to make the product, and usually it's because of the talc. Yeah, I don't know. So and this actually does look a little bit too warm, but alas, let's just give it a go. Not that the face even really needs setting, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have like really ruined the face. The face seems to be like feeling really nice, so fingers crossed. Okay, so the next two products that I have are two like bronzing and contouring products. So one is a bronzer, the next one is like a contouring sort of product. So this is like a contour palette. This shade here says that it's a bronzer, but it's extremely cool toned, so I'll probably only use that to contour. The other one says it's a blusher, but it looks almost like a shimmery bronzer, and then the middle shade is a highlighter. This one here is a bronzer. This is called the Mega Bronzer in the shade number 2, Warm. So I'm gonna try this one first. Yeah, I think even with like the tiniest amount on the brush, still quite a bit of like color. I'm actually going to add a little bit of the blusher shade because it's more of a bronzy sort of color. So I want to add that over the top because I do usually use more of a shimmery bronzer myself. Yeah, I think that's more like my color. Now I'm going to use the contour shade and, well, the bronzer shade, and I'm going to contour. Yeah, you have to be careful with that. It's like wow intense. Now I have two highlighter products. I did buy a separate highlighter compared to this one, and I actually feel like I would prefer to use this highlighter only because it looks really reflective and it has like a few different kind of colors in it. Let me show you guys. Okay, so this highlighter is called, oh wow, it looks like a baked highlighter. It's called Raise the Bar Highlighter Reloaded. Whoa. Wow. Wow. I'll do the inner corners. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this highlighter is insane. So this is the Revolution Matte Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the shade 110 Chauffeur. Oh, it's very liquidy. Oh, smells like lollies. Wow, this is really nice. Okay, time for the final step of the makeup, which is setting spray. So I have this one here. It's the Matte Fix Oil Control Setting Spray. And I really hope that this is not one that just like squirts out really quickly, because I hate setting sprays like that. All right, I'm gonna try this first. Oh, it does kind of have like a bit of a mist, but it is like quite a strong mist. Pretty much sums it up for today's first impressions of Makeup Revolution. As you guys could tell, I am so pleased with how all of the products have performed today, and I really love how my makeup look turned out. I will definitely be filming more videos using this brand, and I will link the products down below if you guys are interested. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already. And until the next one, I will see you guys later. Bye!